Can you hear what I've got to say? I'm sure you won't be able to turn your head away.
All right, we back with another episode of The Concrete, episode 54. Another special guest, another great special content. Appreciate y'all showing love. Appreciate y'all commenting. Keep tuning in. So this guest right here is a young entrepreneur, a father, and just an all-around great person, Jamal Rasheed. Appreciate you coming on, bro.
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Chilling.
Congratulations to you, though, too. Like I was even saying, I always wanted to come on here. I always see your stuff, and I always think it's amazing. Then congratulations to you, too, on doing 54 episodes, too.
Appreciate it,
like,
bro.
even in itself, that's amazing. Like,
Appreciate it. So if I didn't introduce you well enough, let the people know who you are a little bit more.
How y'all doing? My name is Jamal Rasheed, 27 years old, from Chester, Pennsylvania, Lincoln University grad, young entrepreneur, one of the operators of FBF Body, local Chester brand. Anything. I'm kind of like a Swiss Army knife. If I can say anything, like I kind of dibble and dabble in everything.
That's what's up. So I always like to start the podcast off with a icebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could, would you rather go back in time or to the future, and why?
I'm going back in time, just cause I ain't gonna lie, I bought my first house when I was 18 years old. I wouldn't have bought the house. I'd have just went and bought some Bitcoin. I ain't gonna lie.
Bought something else?
Nah, cause I ain't gonna lie. I think 2020 Bitcoin was at 45K. This week it just hit 90. But that's just for one share. Right. So you gotta think, it'd have been out the moon. All right. You heard about the guy that got half his salary in Bitcoin?
Yeah, I seen that. It's a couple NFL players that did.
Exactly. His joint more than it is surpassed his actual contract that he had in the beginning.
Exactly. And everybody thought that was crazy.
Bro, everybody thought it was crazy. It was a lineman.
So, where you from?
Chester, Pennsylvania. I'm really from all over. I would say Norris Circle, probably like 7th Street around there is where like I was raised at the most in Chester. So
okay.
Majority of that side.
So how was it growing up? Did you move around a lot?
We did move around a lot. It was really me, my mom, my grandparents. I got 3 sisters. And that's about it. My dad was in and out. My dad's still around. That's my guy, but I would say for sure, just me and my mom.
Okay.
The main part.
So do you say you come from a big family or a small family?
Definitely a big family. I would say most of my family isn't in Chester. Like my dad's side, most of them in Chester. But my mom's side, I'm really from like South Carolina, New York. I got cousins in Hong Kong that travel, but mainly like majority of the South. I got a lot of roots in like South Carolina, Conway, near Myrtle Beach.
Okay. So who inspired you growing up? Like I don't know what you was into growing up, but like
sure.
It could be athletes, actors, your parents.
For sure. I'll say I give a couple people. It was really like I'll start family. It was really like my mom, my grandpa. I got like a lot of my mainly moral ways from my pop-up, and then like the hustler side of me and like the side of me that like wants to go out there and invest and meet new people, be outgoing. I got that from my mom. I'll say I take a lot of inspiration from Ye. Ye is probably like top of my list, everything. And then probably like my Uncle Roland. Like I said, he could do Duo Taco over town. He inspired me a lot. Just growing up and just being resilient when it comes to like business or making moves or having things happen to you in life, honestly.
Right. So who inspired you to start a business?
There go back. I don't even want to say inspired. I got thrown in it. It was kind of like child labor.
Right.
Like, it was not inspiration. It was just kind of, bro. I remember because I used to go to the Boys and Girls Club a lot. I always used to tell people I wanted to have my own sneaker store because I love sneakers. Like I still love sneakers to this day, and I always wanted my sneaker store. And everybody used to laugh at me like, "What you gonna call it, Jamal's?" Like. Because you remember, I forgot, what's that sneaker store they used to have overall? So Jabrils.
Yeah, Jabrils.
So they'd make that joke. They'd be like, what you going to have a Jabrils? You going to call it Jamal's? But I'm like, now everybody want to be an entrepreneur growing up. Everybody want to have their own little thing.
Right.
So it's kind of like I was always on that track of mine. Like, I wouldn't say I have a dream job because my dream isn't really to work. I have, like, dreams and things I want to put into fruition.
Okay. So who the person that put you right into labor? You ain't never get.
My mom, man. I say like it was always not even a get rich quick scheme, but it was every weekend we had a pop-up shop, or we had some type of networking event, or we had some type of like conference. Like, so we'd do like small business conferences. We'd go there a lot. So like most of the time when y'all was out partying and doing stuff, I'm up Philly in Northeast, Southwest, wherever, just vending, doing stuff, picking up t-shirts, making t-shirts, fulfilling orders, all of that type of stuff, honestly.
And at that time, like just like you said, all your friends out partying and stuff like that. So I know you had to feel like, how did that make you feel? Like,
honestly, it was torture during the time. Like it felt like I was doing something wrong. But I'd say like the turtle always win the race, man.
Yeah.
It was like you can't really rush things, or it's like that stuff always gonna be there. And that's kind of what it taught me. Like my mom always even said to me, like we'd be driving home. It'd be like a Saturday night. I'm like, bro, I could have been anyway. I could have been on the game, but it's just like, you know, you gotta take that time to actually put the work in to get something out of it.
Yeah, and you was actually using your brain.
Yeah,
for something you're using now in life. Like some people don't even go to college and get that type of experience.
You know what's crazy? I didn't even notice because most of that, it was getting my face out there. Like a lot of people that buy stuff from me, they know me from that. Like, or people on the older side, like they know me from that just from being around my mom or always being with my mom selling something.
Yeah, I know you appreciate that a lot.
Nah, for sure.
So, as far as high school, what high school did you go to?
I went to Boys Latin.
Okay.
In West Philly, so right on 56th Street. And I went there because I went to middle school on 52nd Street at Huey. So I feel like that's kind of where I get like a lot of my demeanor from, honestly, because I had a lot of friends around there. I went there for all 4 years. It was amazing. I like BL. I ain't gonna lie. It put me around a lot of good people.
What made you go to school up there? What made you make that decision?
It wasn't really a decision. My mom, like a lot of the stuff, centered around my mom. So my mom, she was a teacher, and when she was teaching, she went to school. I mean, she taught in Philly on 52nd Street. So I just went to her school.
Okay.
Like most of the time I went to her schools. Like when she taught at Charter. Most of the people know my mom in Chester from Charter. From teaching at Charter. So I went there with her and then I just followed her.
So you had a lot, like having a teacher as a mom, that had to feel crazy growing up.
Everything felt like a lesson. Everything, every day was a lesson. But that's just life though. You know?
So as far as college, like what was your grades like? Cause you went to Lincoln, you stayed here. Like what was you doing?
I ain't gonna lie, my grades was good because I probably graduated high school with a 3.2, but I committed to Morgan State at first, but we didn't have that much money at the time, so I was like, I think business just got rolling. Probably like around when I was a freshman in college. Right. And then my mom really wasn't sure if I was gonna like college or not. Right. So it was like she knew Professor Akil Dix. He from Chester too. He went to Lincoln. So I decommitted from Morgan probably like 2 weeks before school started, and then he got me in Lincoln like right there. Man, it's crazy. As soon as I got to Lincoln, I'd never been there before ever in my life. Like before that day, I went to campus the first time I went there, and I seen one of my homies I went to school with in middle school in Philly. The first day moving in there, and that's like became one of my business partners. He's actually one of my best friends to this day.
That's tough. That's tough though that you just got your first day was your first day.
Bro, my first day was my first day there ever. Like, and it was
so
crazy.
So you ain't never even go to Lincoln like growing up, right?
Nope, not even because I say like growing up in high school, I still wasn't even off the porch yet, honestly. Because I think most of my time I was going back and forth to Philly. Yeah. Because so like during the week, everybody else like y'all go to Chester High games and all that stuff. So I would really see people like there locally. But most of the time I'm transported because I'm taking the bus every day. Right. So it's like a 2-hour commute every day basically out of my day.
So when you got to Lincoln, what did you major in?
I majored in psychology and I stayed with it. But I was always involved. Like, when I got to Lincoln, that's when I had I don't want to say a big confidence problem, but my confidence was kind of shot growing up because I never really thought, like, I always thought I was cool to myself, but then it's like, you got to think, I grew up in, like, when Rondé was around and when Shep was around. So when I was growing up, it was cool to hoop. It was cool to be a sports player. So a lot of the times, when I finally got to Link, that's when I saw, like, I'm more, like, I could be more. You got like, because it was definitely around here, like, you know, around here, everybody, you either play ball or you trapping. Yeah. So it was kind of like, I didn't think it was that much space for the other guys, or even it wasn't much representation for the other guys yet.
Right. And it's crazy you was thinking like that because, like, how you grew up. You grew up like you was doing everything right, but you just seen like this is what it is. Like everybody, you see how people gravitate into basketball and the sports and stuff like that. I really
feel like it was an age gap thing. Yeah. Because when I was hanging around all them older people, everybody focus was getting paid.
Right.
But when you younger, it's like everybody like, yo,
be famous.
You getting fly, you hooping, you either doing this, and that, you partying, or you in the streets.
Right.
So it's just kind of like the lane for getting money wasn't really as wide as everybody thought it was yet.
Right. So how did it feel when you graduated?
I say it was kind of weird because it was COVID. So they sent us home. So I actually got my like degree on the
over Zoom or something.
Yeah, not even over Zoom. It was like they got it in the mail. It was COVID going on, so the world was a whole different time. But I say Lincoln, it was a great time, and I made a lot of the connections I made like that pushed me in business and be able to strive out of just Chester. Like I could be able to go to Baltimore and stay with somebody for a weekend because of the connections I made in New York, DC, Florida, Carolina, the West Coast, Houston, Texas. So it was like all of those connections I made with people then like further my network because I'm able to just be able to reach out and it's like I said, it's like your connections taking you as far as you go. Like all of the people you know, that's like if you only know people in a 3-mile radius, that's the farthest you going.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like.
But it's crazy. College, the only place you can get that. I feel like.
And I really feel like I got more out of college, socially and being able to network wise. That was like the biggest takeaway I took from it. Not even the school part, because I was always good at school. Like Boys Latin prepared me for college. Like that's why I never failed a class. I passed. It took me 4 years to graduate. I was 4 out. So it was just kind of like I always had the rigorous part of school down because I knew school was just all about putting your effort in.
Right.
It ain't even about being the smartest. You could be sitting in front of the class, teacher's pet, you'll get a C.
Right.
At least just because this teacher know you putting in that work.
Especially in college.
Bro, especially in college. It's like, because they dying up there. There's people in there sleeping. Some people in there fried. They chilling. So it's like when you making their job a little easier, they going to give you that extra nudge because they know I'm coming and trying. Facts.
So a lot of people don't talk about this, though, but this is a big thing, too. Once you graduate, that's 6 months after college. How is it? Because that's when everything hits you. When you graduate, everything cool. Everybody got love for you. Big congratulations. Facts. But 6 months later, it's crickets.
So
talk about that a little bit.
It was definitely a learning curve. I got my first apartment when I left. Because I ain't going to lie, I was one of them people, I couldn't come back home. I don't want to say I couldn't. I could. But I like my space. So it was really just a lot of alone nights, a lot of rejections from jobs. And then but it was kind of like you kind of got, it depends who you got to lean on. Like I say, life is all about who you can lean on, who you can depend on. My family I always had a supportive family. Like if I was selling hot dogs, bro, my papa and my mom next to me, ketchup or mustard, you know what I'm saying? So it's just anybody that's going through something, like after you graduate, it's kind of like you got to go through a stint. Like I really feel like you go through the hard stuff before it get easy, or you go and you can't really.
And that's what really make you for real.
Bro, real rap, the moments where it's like I can't call nobody, or I gotta look at myself and be honest in the mirror, like yo, I'm messing up here, here, and here. And those the moments where you like, I'm tapped in now.
Right. So we talked about how the city, like, if you not, I guess, stay on the right track, how the city can swallow people up and have you going doing different things. So like, what makes you start your like youth programs and get involved and stuff like that, and talk about some of the programs you're involved with?
I say we do a lot of mentorship. So one of the main things, PSU on Lincoln, it kind of gave me an outlet to give back to the community. I would say like we do a lot of community service in Philly. So like turkey drives, clothes drives, we were always doing that, throwing community service events. And I really say just stuff like that. You always gotta reach back down, but then you always gotta remember like that was you at some point too.
Right.
Like I don't never really look down on nobody because it was like, bro, I was there too, or we was in the same place. And then it's also you could give a young boy like a slightest glimpse of confidence. And that could like make his year. You know what I'm saying? Like you never really know how you treat people, how that's going. Kind of so much more say blend into their story. Like everybody got their own personal story, I say.
Right.
So I could just, me sitting here talking to you or you sitting here talking to me, that could change like the whole direction my year go on.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people don't think like that. But
bro, so I really say, like, bro, it's the small things. Like, a lot of things, small things have an impact on me. My little sister graduated from Chester High this year, and they said a quote last year, and they said a quote at the graduation. It stuck with me. It was like, you have to tell your money where to go, or else you always gonna end up where it went. And that yo, I say it makes so much sense. Like, especially if you just always aimlessly. I'm a person, I aimlessly buy stuff.
Right.
Like, I buy anything, food, clothes, whatever. And it's kind of like you kind of gotta keep your money disciplined, because your money, like your workers.
Right.
Like, I know it's cliche, but people talk about that all the time. Every dollar count.
Right. So, what made you start your first business, and what was it?
I say, like, as far as like business wise, official business.
Your business.
Yeah. My first official business. What made me start the Wave Brothers? Well, me and my friends started. We were really leaving college, and we was looking like, you know, we could get a job, but we're also gonna need like some extra income. And we had like a good amount of money saved up, because we was always good with our money. So I found some vendors on. I could tell y'all this story now, because I don't do it no more. But I found my first vendor on probably Alibaba. I got brushes for $2. I was selling them for $20. So it was like, well, at first it would start for $25. Then I would just eventually dwindle the sale price down. But the profit margin in between would take care of my website. It would take care of my shipping, my handling, and any products I needed to get in between, as far as like just shipping bags, stickers, all of that stuff. So I really feel like we started that, and it worked so well because the profit margin was so wide that it covered any expenses that needed to be done in between.
Right.
And then also I feel like it was different. Like, when I started that, I feel like, I don't remember what everybody was doing, but everybody know the businesses everybody usually start. I feel like when you do something different, or when you do something that people aren't usually doing, they're gonna gravitate to it automatically, especially if it's genuine.
Right. So, what's three things, like your three main things that you think you need to run a business, a successful business?
Consistency. You definitely just need it. And consistency in all walks. I say, like, and consistency doesn't have to be like a big win every day. It could be like a small step every day, or me reading a page every day, or me doing 100 push-ups every day. So it's like the small things add up. It's definitely consistency. You need like foresight. Like I say, you need to kind of be able to have the looks and of way of things to predict stuff. Like, you kind of have to be able to have like a plan mapped out. Or whereas like you can at least make an educated guess on what's gonna happen.
Gotcha.
And then I would more so say just being genuine, honestly, and actually wanting to do something. I would say, like, don't jump into something because the money's good or you need a quick flip, because people are gonna be able to peep that out off the rip because it's fake. So it's kind of, I really feel like you jump into something because you like it. And that's kind of why I always jumped into stuff. Like, I sold brushes because I like getting wavy. I always made clothes because I like getting fresh. So it's kind of like everything kind of, I would say, if you're jumping into business, make it align with your morals and your values as a person and your interests. Okay. So it could really push you forward.
Right, that's right. So we talked about a lot, but one thing we didn't talk about, man, like we talked about all that great stuff. Like, you do a lot. But on top of that, you a father, and you a young father. So how do you deal with all that and still be daddy to your daughter?
Because this is like, bro, I don't even remember the type of guy I was before I had a kid. Like, it's faint glimpses, but it's like before I had a kid, I was more frivolous. I didn't really care as much. You know, I would just go with the wind. And it's kind of like now, I think for the future more. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything I kind of do has to make sense. Right. I don't put myself in certain positions. I don't hang out with certain people the same no more. And it's kind of like, but I say it's the best thing in the world, man. Right. You got to take care of your kids. For everybody watching this, take care of your kids. They're going to take care of you back.
Right.
They're going to take care of you back. We all get old one day. You're going to need somebody to help you get in the walker, help you get in the wheelchair, help wipe your butt, all that. Right. So just take care of your kids, man. They're going to take care of you back every time. Like, my daughter the best. I love her to death. She really my best friend, bro. We dance, we singing, all of that. I take her to dance class, music class. She one of the smartest ever. We draw, we read together, everything.
That's good. So
I was like, I try to stay away from like iPads and stuff. I don't be trying to do all that sometimes. I really try to get. I like to raise my child the way I was raised. And that's in every aspect, health-wise, education, being strict as to who I hang around. Mm-hmm. Because you gotta think, our parents were so strict, sometimes we would just be like, why are you acting like this? But then as you finally get older, you be like, this is exactly why you was acting. You was protecting me from the world.
Right.
That's really that.
Right.
But man, ain't nothing like it. And then I got a daughter too, so she a trip. Yeah. It's crazy though, because I got all sisters. I got 3 sisters. It's just me and my mom. So I really feel like God kind of put me here to, like, you know, take care of all these women.
Right.
Honestly.
That's a good way to look
Bro,
at it.
I look at it, I'm like, I'm the only man in my family for real, so it's kind of like, they need me.
Right. So, tell me about a time, like, you almost quit. Like, people don't understand it's ups and downs to business. Yeah. And, like, everything is not a happen overnight thing. Like, it's a process. For sure. So tell me about a time you almost quit, and what did you learn from it?
I would say we had a product that didn't sell so well when I was doing on early with the Wave Brothers. What did I think? I think we bought like velvet do-rags or whatever.
Yeah,
and
I was a wave though.
Yeah, I say it was a wave. And I was never really the type to pay for promo or go out there, because I would let, you know, your customers are the best promo. Word of mouth is the best promo. A good review is the best promo. So it was just kind of like, I didn't really believe in that. And then, who did I go to? I forgot. Funny Bull Quill, we got some promo done from him. And a few other funny people on Instagram at the time. I probably paid like almost like around like $400 just to get like, and that's probably only for like 2 or 3 promo videos. But then I sold like 60 of them. And after that. So it was just kind of, I didn't really like, I wanted to chalk it. Like, it's kind of a bad thing I do, but I'm the type of person, like, if something not rolling, I'm on to the next thing.
Right.
Like, you know, I'm not the type to fight it, but I'm also the type to fight for it. You get what I'm saying? But, like, I'm also not, like, fight it. It might be the wrong term.
That might just be the type of person you is, because you got confidence. You know, like,
all
right,
sure.
If this
like,
don't work, I can create something else.
Yeah, like, I say, man, that's one thing, like, I do want to actually speak on, though. It's kind of like a recipe type thing. Like, I'm the type of person, I believe I could take this formula and add it to anything. So, like, same way I sold brushes, I feel like I could do the same way. I could sell socks. I could sell fucking phone cases. You get what I'm saying? So, I often always took a formula with something and ran with it. And I feel like I can apply that to anything. After that, the rest of it is really just on me getting out there to the world more honestly and scaling it. Everything is a scale. So it's like, depending if you scaling it to 30 customers or 1,000 customers.
Right.
No, definitely that.
All right. So, like, you like, what type of things do you do to, like, get your mind off the business and the stress of life and everything? Like, I know you travel a lot. Like,
definitely travel, spend time with family. But other than that, I like to create. I like to, like, go out and seek inspiration. Like I said, anybody else, I watch sports like everybody else, go to games, hang out with friends, family. But for the most part, I really do like to create stuff. Like, I really feel like, and that's like the point of life I'm at right now. Like, even, and that kind of came about when I went to China, and they kind of broke down the production process of clothes way simpler for me, and kind of made me see, like, yo, you could really create anything. You really just need to go out, find the inspiration, plan it out, and find the right resources and tools. Like, to anybody that's watching this, I have a bunch of vendors. Anybody in the city that wants to do anything, y'all have an idea y'all want to bring to life. I don't care if y'all want to sell bags, water bottles, shirts, hoodies, sneakers, whatever. Reach out to me, please. I feel like I want to reach out to people.
Let them know where they can find you.
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at Gifted Mal. That's like my main page that I go through. But my DMs are always open to people. Like, people always ask me. I have a vendors list from my travels to China, and even before that, just vendors I found just scouring the internet. And that's another thing too. We all have the internet. People need to go out there and use it. Like the internet is your biggest tool, bro. You can literally find anything just Googling it.
Right.
Like, so if you really have a dream out there, stack your money up, put it to the side, take that gamble on yourself. I feel like a lot of times in business, people are afraid to put their money up first. But then we'll go to these stores and go spend our pay. You can easily, if you want to start a clothing brand, same way you will go to KOP and go spend $400. Go spend $400 on some samples.
Right.
You feel me? Go make some stuff, get the sizing right, get all of that, and then make it, and then go around wear it. Right. That's all I've been doing.
Right. So, if we was looking towards the future now, and you were in a newspaper, what would you be in a newspaper for, and what would they be saying like about you?
That's a good question. I definitely feel like that's a good one. If anything, I'll probably be in the newspaper. Like, I feel like I would be getting honored. That might sound a little cocky, but that is a goal for me one day, though. I do love my community. I do love Chester, Pennsylvania. I feel like I'm nothing without Chester. Like, everywhere I go, I tell people I'm from Chester. I could easily lie and be like, yo, I'm from Philly.
Right.
But I go everywhere and I tell people I'm from Chester. And you might get a little laugh here and there, but people always respect you if you're from Chester at some point of view. And then, like, I would probably be getting honored by the city one day. Like, that's a goal of mine.
Right.
I would say.
And it's crazy. A lot of people don't understand why I asked that question, because where we from, like, the newspaper, like, it's spooky,
bro.
Like,
it's spooky.
You ain't
so
really
like,
trying to make the newspaper. Like,
so to see a glimmer, of light
crazy.
in the newspaper, it would be amazing. I ain't gonna lie. Then plus you gotta take pride in your city, man. I feel like it's a lot of people in this city that have great ideas, that have tools that could easily be utilized, further everybody else in the community too. Like, it's not just bad here, man. It's a lot of great people in this community. It's a lot of genuine people in this community that care.
Definitely. So it's a lot of kids that probably like aspire to do what you do. Like, a lot of them not gonna have the opportunity from coming from a mom that's already business minded, already got the plan put together. You just gotta implement your little niches to the situation, but let them know how they can achieve what you achieved, or even go further with it.
I say, man, you really is the turtle in the race, and that's been on my mind a lot this year. Like, slow pace wins the race, man. Everything not a rush. I feel like a lot of people, when they want to do something, they have like a fake calendar or a clock going off in their mind, where you kind of put yourself on this scale.
Putting pressure on yourself.
You putting pressure on yourself, and like, that's imaginary pressure. You could take as long as you need, man. Take your time, because you do it right the first time, so you don't gotta do it again. My mom will always tell me that. And it was really just watch who you hang around, man. I say, like, your friends get you in like almost 80% of the trouble you in, or the company you keep, or the people you think are your friends. So it's like, you really just gotta find some like-minded people around you that if they don't have the same goals, they have something to work towards. So you could kind of be like, all right, we all working on this, and this. We all got something to lose. Hang around people with something to lose, because it's people with nothing to lose that want you to lose everything you got.
Right.
So really, you just got, and that's another major thing, man. And then being yourself is the coolest thing. Like, I never tried to be nobody else in my life. I never tried to, copy somebody or copy somebody else's blueprint. I walked around here being myself, and people respect me for it. People like me for it, and some people hate me for it. But you ain't gonna please everybody.
Right. As long as you can look in the mirror.
Bro, as long as you look in the mirror, you happy, your family can look at you and they respect you, they depend on you. And they look at you like, he's an honorable man. Don't nothing else really matter.
Right. So for the people, like, what you got coming out next? Like, you doing
so
a lot already.
Next month we are we're officially taking bookings. I have a event space and content studio locally in the area in Chichester. So you're going to be able to, it's like a space for intimate gatherings, so like brunches, birthday dinners. If you want to do a photo shoot, we have that type of stuff there. If you want to shoot your podcast, do a cooking show, we have a space for that. We're going to be taking bookings on Peerspace and our booking website next month. FBF Body, we are dropping later this month. We are doing a big Black Friday sale. A lot of people in the areas know us, but I would like the younger ladies in the community to get to know us. Y'all love Lulu. We literally were Lulu before Lulu. Before y'all was wearing Lulu, when y'all was wearing yoga pants with the flares and the Uggs. We've been doing that. You get what I'm saying? And that's not to throw no shot or smite at them. But we have amazing quality, amazing customer service. We have a great track record. We're 14 years in business, almost going on 15. Almost 200,000 orders in, so we don't have a store. That's why a lot of people don't know about us. We don't really have a store. We're an online business.
Right.
So that's kind of where I get like my online sentiment from whenever I start a business. Like, how everybody in the world gonna know you if you don't have a website on the World Wide Web?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's always that with me. And we do have some properties available I'd say affordable housing available in the city too. So we do have some units available for rent right now. Like I said, all of this information is available to me. You can contact me. I'm also dropping later this month, so everything y'all got on. I want to stand up. I sneaky want to stand up, but I made these pants. Y'all can't see the full pants. I wanted to bring some, but I actually sold out of this size before I even got to drop them. I got some, so I'm dropping. I call this pieces. So pieces by Mal. Like I love clothes. I overly shop, and I kind of look at every outfit kind of like a puzzle. So it's kind of like if your piece is not in the right place, the puzzle not complete. Right. So I look at like, I want to make clothes that go with every outfit. Like I want to make this piece, like I want you to be able to wear these with this and the butters and the black. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's kind of my focus with the clothes. And then even with the clothes, I automatically thought to myself, I'm like, bro, I've been selling clothes my whole life. I literally was making tie-dye socks in my basement at 13 years old. My mom was selling them on the website. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that was always a focus I had for myself. And that's something I got back in tune with. And I'm thankful for the trip I had this year that made me, want to go back into that and want to start back up. Because I was really falling back so more on the stock side. Like, I love stocks, man. So, but other than that, we're just going to keep working, man. I'm happy I was able to even get on your platform, honestly, right. Bro.
You already know. Appreciate you coming, letting the people know what's going on. This is episode 54 of The Concrete.
Yes, sir.
Another
appreciate
special
you for having
guest.
me, man.
Appreciate you.
No
Jamal
problem,
Rasheed. Make sure y'all go check him out and check out The Concrete. Keep liking, keep subscribing. Love y'all.